You're listening to The Metal Experience. Only on Slam Internet Radio.
That's right. We just heard Rush, A Passage to Bangkok. Nailbomb, Cockroaches, and Biffy Clyro, that golden rule. I think my personal new favorite band. That band's pretty
some
awesome.
diverse music coming together. Or not. It's okay. Don't look at me like that.
Anyway, we're in the studio tonight with
With a band!
With a band tonight. They showed up for us. Leviathins Choir.
You guys drove a little bit to get here, so thank you for that.
No problem.
So why don't you go ahead, introduce yourself, what you do in the band, and who we're missing, if we are missing people.
I'm Matt. I play guitar and I do vocals.
I'm Tim. I drum on things.
And I'm Rob. I play the bass.
And that's it? We're not missing
That's it.
anybody?
Not missing
We're a
anyone.
three-piece.
Three-piece.
Woo! Well, welcome. You guys
Thank you.
are from the border, kind of in a sense,
Yeah,
up
right
by
on the
Wisconsin. So how often do you guys actually get to play the city?
Pretty regularly. We just played last Friday night at Ultra Lounge, and I would probably say about 90% of the playing we do is in the city. It seems to be the place where we get booked the most. So mostly out of a lack of venues further north.
So have you played a lot of shows up north at least?
Over the years, yeah. We actually started out playing predominantly. A lot of our shows were based in Milwaukee, and over time we moved further south and wound up basically playing more Chicago than anything. I mean, we've played just about. I mean, the list of Chicago venues we've been at. I mean, Matt and I were talking tonight. We've been doing this he and I have been doing this for 9 years, and the band itself has been going for even longer than that. So.
Wow. So let's talk a little bit about your band's history. First off, the Leviathins Choir. How'd you get a name like that?
And honestly,
How did you get a name like
Leviathan. It sounds very.
I came up with it in high school, and Doug, the old singer, came back from a hiatus and wanted to get the band back together, and we started doing the band back together and doing just open mics, acoustic, and we decided to start writing new stuff, and he wanted to go further, and I asked him what we're going to call it, and he just figured Leviathan's Choir still.
So does it mean anything? Is it
means whatever-
mythology? Is it?
Whatever people want it to mean.
So is it a made-up word?
No.
I don't know what Leviathan is. I'm
sea
just
beast.
okay.
A sea
There's,
beast or a circle of hell, one of the two. So.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's
So
also
Pick your
references.
poison.
You're his sirens or something? A
He
band?
was the serpent in the Garden of Eden. It means big.
Okay.
Big.
Well, we got a big
Big.
band tonight then in the studio with us.
All three of us.
Right. And that's why we took the name Choir along too, because it's been 3, 4, and sometimes only 2 members in the band. So
So when you first started, how many years ago was it officially?
This lineup actually, or Matt and I want to say Matt and Doug started 2001, 2002, and they added Mark Burns, our former bass player. I want to say shortly thereafter, as well as Jer Smith, who was the original drummer. I guess the original incarnation began in 1995, but the one that's been going since then has been since 2001, 2002. I joined the group in actually this month in 2003, and we've been keeping it going. Since then, we took a little bit of a break in 2010, but Rob actually joined the band last
January.
January, yeah. So.
How'd you actually all find each other?
I've known Tim forever since I was a tyke.
Yeah. The first time I met Matt was at Kitty University Preschool in West Miltmore, Illinois, and when he told the teacher, you know what, tricycle time's cool, but I'm going to help the garbage men out. Actually, that's a true story.
Yeah.
So, I've known him.
So you got a job at an early age.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah.
I thought he was like crashing your sandcastles or something on the playground.
That was in grade school, but
You made sandcastles in grade school?
Yeah.
It
Why
wasn't
not?
sports or anything like normal
Oh.
kids.
Anything but normal.
yeah.
So for people who've never heard you guys before, how would you describe your sound and the influences for your band?
Everything from Beatles, Sabbath, Alice in Chains, Rush, Faith No More is a huge influence.
Nice.
And then just old thrash metal and
Yeah.
Throw it all together and
put in a blender and
See what
keep
comes
you
out.
genius of simplicity,
And what got you into like playing bass and drums and doing vocals?
I actually started out playing drums when I was 8 or 9 years old. I thought I wanted to play sports my whole life, but I actually was very uncoordinated and would trip over my own 2 feet. So my parents had the bright idea that putting me in front of drums would help teach some coordination, and they were right. So I've been playing for many years doing this, and that's basically how I got involved with this with Matt, was when he had the band. The band had reached a certain point with the original lineup, and they wanted to kind of take things to another level. And that's how I got involved. And we found Rob. Actually, I kind of knew of Rob for a couple years. I was actually I teach Rob's son drum lessons, and we needed to find someone to play bass, and I knew he was a guitar player.
Yeah, I've been playing guitar for years, but they needed a bassist
So
and
I-
asked me if I was into trying it out. So
And it worked out.
Yeah.
so far,
And I picked up vocals just out of necessity. Doug had left and moved out to Vermont, and now he's in Oregon. And then we picked up Rob with the bass because Mark left and started the trends up in Minnesota. So it's been interesting.
Who's your favorite musician? It doesn't have to be for your position, but I mean, is there anybody that stands out in your life that really inspired you in whatever way to want to become a metal musician?
Yeah, Mike Patton of Faith No More.
Figured you were going to say that.
Nice.
Yeah, that was the guy. That was 7th grade, first saw him, and he was the only one that, it was just that whole band, and then to see his stage presence and to see the way he played with vocals and the way they put together music from Faith No More to Mr. Bungle, and, that was the inspiration, I think.
Well, as you heard through my musical selection earlier, Rush was always the end all be all for me, but probably the biggest influence in musically over the last maybe 5 to 10 years has been Frank Zappa, just because he had no rules, and musically and just as a person. I mean, he said what he wanted to say, and he found ways to express it.
I know my influences have been all over the place, and I just started picking up bass, so I know the one guitarist I've always admired is Tom Morello. Just the fact that he can just do whatever he wants with the instrument and make it sound good. So.
Now, the stuff that you guys have recorded, you guys have how many CDs out?
We have one full length, and we have one that we like to call an EP.
Because you brought like 17 songs with you, which is probably the most that a band's ever brought with them, their entire discography. Where do you guys end up recording your stuff?
We've recorded both of our albums at a studio in Racine, Wisconsin called CBD, which is short for Concrete Dog Bicycle. And we've been actually
Nice.
very, very blessed over the years to actually work with some really great people. This CD was produced by a gentleman by the name of, or actually engineered by a gentleman by the name of Zach Fell, who's actually an award-winning jazz musician in the Wisconsin area. And for the mastering, he hooked us up with a gentleman by the name of Gary Tannen, who has worked with everybody from Genesis to the Bodines. Actually, right now he's out doing a lot of promo work with Sam Alanis of the Bodines solo record. So he's worked. I think he has had a partnership with Smart Studios in out in Madison. So I mean, the man is just a musical genius in every aspect. So I mean, that was a real honor to work with him when we've had the opportunity to.
Yeah, he was really fun to work with. Just sitting for hours and trying to figure out how to fade songs together, and just his influences. I remember during the EP, me and him would just sit there and look at old album covers and talk about just old music, and he wouldn't even charge us for the time down, and it was great.
He did charge us, but not for the downtime.
The experiences we've had
Yeah.
in recording have just been phenomenal, to be honest. I mean, I
How
wouldn't
long
trade
have you
it for
been recording with them?
Well, just the 2 albums. We haven't done anything recorded in quite some time, actually.
We need to fix that. But
We had a little hiatus, like Tim said, about a year and a half ago or something, and we just recently started getting back together, I think, over the last year, and going back at it and trying to write new stuff, but picking up the shows again and having just a lot of fun and getting back out there and playing music. It's really nice. There's a lot of really good little local bands coming up, and it's just been a lot of fun just to see the new blood out in the field, and it's nice.
Well, let's hear two of your stuff from your first EP. Is that what you're going to play first?
Sure. Yeah, this is off the Breach album. This was actually distributed worldwide at one point by Rocket Records USA. We'll kick it off. This is our one radio hit called Ada Luda.
You're listening to the Metal Experience. Only on Slam Internet Radio.
And that was the first two songs from Leviathins Choir. And one person didn't seem too enthused to be listening to some of their stuff.
That's okay.
Do you not like some of your music?
I never liked the way my voice sounds recorded, ever.
Now, those two songs that we played, what were those called again?
The first one was called Ada Luda. And
Ada Luda.
Ada Luda, yes.
All right.
It's from the mind of Doug, our original singer. The second one was actually called Hazel, and that's based on the book/movie/disturbing tale of rabbits known as Watership Down.
Yes.
Watership Down. That's probably way before my time, where I'm just not known of what it is. But what is Watership Down?
It's about rabbits fighting for their freedom. It's a very disturbing movie made for children.
Apparently going to have to look this up because I never
Dave?
saw it.
Write that down for us.
And read the
Watership
book,
Down.
too.
How does Watership have to do with a rabbit?
Definitely read the book.
Okay.
Highly
Apparently I've got homework to do, folks. And you do too, because I will quiz you next week.
So the first song was off your first EP, and the second song was off of...
Reasons and Rubbish,
Rubbish,
the
which-
second.
second EP, yeah. Second, yeah.
So do you know what the first song was about at all? How Doug created that or what it was
It's
about?
a
or-
sensual,
It's a sexy song.
yeah, love.
Yeah.
It's about love. Most of our songs are about love and brothership and
Yeah.
friendship and stuff like that. I
So you're
guess.
a,
I don't
you're
know.
a happy band.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, it's okay. We don't have very many happy metal bands
I
on.
mean, I'm happy.
We may not sound happy, but really we are. I mean,
Yeah,
yeah,
I'm happy people.
I mean, you're not the first band that's come in here and tried to make happy metal and had people try to come down on them. I mean, Hemi was told that they couldn't smile at their shows, but
Really? I don't remember that.
you don't remember that? You don't remember them talking about how one band told them that you shouldn't smile on stage because smiling isn't metal? Well, apparently
I don't.
Luca wasn't a part of that show.
I was totally
He
here.
blinked out the whole time. But it happens to the best of us.
Not
Just me.
No.
So you guys took a hiatus of a year and a half. And,
It's closer to a year, but
Yeah.
all right, a year. What's your plan now being back together? I mean, obviously you've got a member that hasn't been recorded yet. When do you plan on recording new stuff, and what are you doing with the old stuff?
we're still playing the live stuff, the old stuff live. I mean, we have a regular rotating set list, and we'll rotate songs in and out of it. Our ideal slot is the 45 to 60 minute slot, and we have our core songs that we know are always going to be in the set, and we have some ones that we'll take out and throw in from time to time. We actually have about 5 or 6 songs that were written post Reasons and Rubbish that we'd really like to get recorded. So I mean, that's first and foremost, and then starting to write some music with Rob is also right up there on the top of the list. So we always tend to seem to record in December, so I don't know if it'll happen this time, but maybe we'll try recording in the warm weather for once.
I mean, it is a new lineup, and it was just after a break. You could try something new.
We could.
Are you recording with the same people that you did the last 2 albums?
I'd like their influences. I'd really like Zach to come just hang out. I don't know if we're going to go back to his studio, but I'd like them to definitely have a finger in it just because of what they've done for us in the past and how they've led us down some really good roads.
Yeah, it was really just some, I guess, good dumb luck that we stumbled on, that we found Zach, and Zach turned us on to Gary, and Gary helped us get some recognition and helped us kind of learn the business side of things a little.
Have you guys added to any of the old songs parts that weren't there before?
Well, ever since Doug left, a lot of the songs have kind of changed in dynamics. Of course, I don't have as a sweet of a voice as Doug has, so all the songs have turned into a little grimier, a little angrier, and of course,
But still happy.
But
yeah,
still
they're still
happy.
It's a happy kind
He
of
still
angry.
says it with a smile.
Yeah, we're happy about them, but they're definitely a little more aggressive, I'd say.
Yeah, I think that's kind of when we really came into our own as a band, really coming up with what our sound is supposed to be like. Was after that, was when the 3 of us, Matt, myself, and Mark, our original bass player, that's when we really figured out what our sound is going to be. I mean, really refined it.
And the stuff that you haven't recorded yet, was there a specific theme that those songs hold that would go well together for the next album?
Beer and hockey.
Beer and hockey.
Nice.
Perfect. Dave?
Is my time ready?
No.
Goddamn.
You're just wearing a hockey shirt, so she wanted to, since they made a mention towards hockey.
I just
Oh.
wanted to
Dave's
make
wearing
sure
a
you're
really
here.
lame Detroit
Yeah.
Red
Yeah, I
Wings,
don't know if that qualifies.
Hey, it's a good jersey.
What makes
falling
Detroit
apart.
good?
Well, they just had a really good player retire, and they've had three of the best players.
Shut
in-
up.
What? Three of the best players
Just
in the
shut
whole
up.
in the whole damn
And what
league?
round did they go out in this year, the year before that?
Yeah.
What round did the Hawks go out in?
We're not talking about Chicago.
Yeah.
You were
Just
talking about
saying.
Detroit.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Focus.
I can't believe you're defending Detroit.
Dave, turn off your mic.
I have an original 6 hat. I support all the original teams that started this thing, except for the Canadians because they suck.
Well, now that we got Dave's influence, back to the band.
Yeah, go back to your thing.
Speaking of hockey, though, I think the song we're most looking forward to record is the song we do most of the time at the end of the set is Don Cherry. We have
Don Cherry?
we wrote a song strictly devoted to that man.
Dave knows what's up.
And his crazy suits.
Yes.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
But,
Awesome.
But as a band, we are taking a we took a vote, and as a band, we cannot in good faith play that song while the NHL is locked out.
So once they get their shit together, we'll get our shit back together and
Yeah.
we'll play that song live again.
Why don't I get to hear this? It's not fair.
Blame the owners and the NHLPA. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Or have us back after the lockout.
Yeah.
Damn it. Now, you guys just played a show at Ultra Lounge. How was that? Who'd you play with?
It was great. Let's see. Who did we? We played with a really, really cool band called Evacuate the Earth. That was kind of a little bit of Morphine meets King Crimson, and
Their drummer really reminded me of the drummer from the group Man Man. They were just really twisted. They were fun.
it was a lineup of a bass player, a saxophone player, and a drummer, and just very cool stuff.
And the bass player was doubling on the theremin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And I haven't seen a theremin live in a long time.
Yeah.
And I can't remember the name of the band of the
The
two-piece.
second one was Elementage.
Elementage.
Great two-piece. I mean,
Yeah.
Matt and I actually ran as a two-piece for actually a couple years, where it was just he and I with no bass player. So it was kind of cool to see that.
Under
again.
Leviathins Choir?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So you guys really have gone through a number changes in the band.
There's always consistent, so
Yeah.
you know, it's always the same music. It's always the same style.
Now, in those
So
years,
please.
what has become your favorite song that you guys play?
Mine, Don Cherry.
He's taunting you with it.
I know. I'm sitting
all
here
honesty,
going,
it's
I'm
Don
never going to
Cherry.
hear this song. Come on.
It's Don Cherry.
Mine is actually our lone instrumental called "Absence of Now."
I
I
like
think-
that title.
I think in the short time I've been here, I think the one we have, I'm Right, it's probably been my favorite so far.
And I know this is totally going off subject, but before we came on the show, a few of you guys were mentioning these awesome concerts you had been to back in the day at old concert venues and everything. What was the most entertaining show that you guys have seen?
Mine ever?
Yes, ever.
Modest Yahoo once was up, and it was basically a really hard Jewish crowd, and men and women,
Mazel
could not-
tov.
men and women could not dance together, and the way they embraced me and my friends up at that show was one of the most interesting experiences I've ever had at a show.
How so?
Just the whole division of the men and women, and then all the Hasidic Jews bringing us in to dance with them and do their little dances with them and stuff like that. It was such a warm and inviting thing for me to be a part of. And I know it's not too metal to mention Modest Yahoo, but God damn it, he was in a demon movie not too long ago.
I think if depending on how loosely you want to use the term entertaining, I think it was Lollapalooza in like '97 or '98. Korn was supposed to play, they didn't because they got sick. But so the final three bands ended up being Devo, followed by Snoop Dogg, followed by Tool.
Wow.
That's
It
a
was
pretty
just-
sweet lineup.
It was the most bizarre show I've ever been to, but it was a lot of fun.
That's awesome.
Rivaling that is the we played the Biffy Clyro song at the beginning of the show.
Yes.
I saw them at the Double Door last year, and they're originally from Scotland, and about 20 drunk Scotsmen showed up at the double door and
Jeez.
kind of adopted us because I was with a friend that was wearing a Scotland soccer jersey, and so we got adopted by this crowd of drunk Scotsmen to watch this show, and it was
We got Jews. We got Scottish people. You're a band of the people.
Always.
Who'd you get adopted by?
Who did I get adopted by? You know what?
and were they drunk?
Yeah. Well, I mean, speaking of strange concert experience, I'll go back to '93, I think it was, when Matt and I actually saw Primus and the Melvins at the Aragon. And at the time, I had a broken finger, and I was in a kind of like a hand cast, and I realized that being on the floor of the Aragon at a Primus show back then was not a really good thing. So I'm holding my hand up in the air, trying to avoid my finger, and some gentleman looks at me and asked, "Do you want out?" And I said, "Yeah." And he managed to pick me up and heave me about 20 feet across the floor of the Aragon.
Oh, God.
And help me land on my feet. So, I mean, in terms of concert experiences, that was probably, that was up there.
Well, there you have it, folks. Some interesting concert stories that you probably won't hear anywhere else, and very diverse. Dave, what about you? You have a concert experience besides Riot Fest of this year that you could just rub in my face that you went to again?
Oh man, I was gonna use that too.
Yeah, I'm
Let's
telling
see.
you no.
That's a really awesome concert experience. Shit. Now you make me choose. I guess it was the second time I saw the Casualties with English Dogs at Reggie's. It was the first time this fat kid has ever stage dived.
Oh man,
Were you referring to you or a fat
me,
kid?
Me.
you
I am the fat
like
kid.
some fat kid?
No, I'm the fat kid. It's just how it works.
Were you caught?
Yes.
By
Were
something
you
other than
dropped?
No, actually. Well, I didn't. I like to explain the stories. I didn't really much jump as I did kind of breach. As I kind of just like.
Slothed into the crowd.
Well,
All right, here I go. I'm going to slowly lower myself into the crowd.
Well, what I did was, if you guys have never been to Reggie's, it's how the stage is set up. They have like this little concrete, essentially like concrete blocks holding up the stage. It's essentially what it is. It's just bricks and with these iron bars on the top of it, just for people to grab onto. So
That's what she said.
So when I jumped on stage from the side, I hugged George, and then kind of put him in a headlock like most people do, and then.
You hugged him, and then he pushed you off of him
No,
and shoved you in the crowd.
No, I sang with him and then I jumped. I kind of tried to jump and people were like looking at me like,
No!
Essentially,
Don't!
essentially I'm like, okay. So I put my boot on the rail and I just kind of went for it and people caught me, which was pretty cool.
All right.
And then immediately dropped you.
No, I was just immediately lowered, not dropped.
All right.
Let's help him down, guys. Let's help him down.
All right. How about you do your thing now?
Okay. Do I have to?
Let's hear it from the soundboard.
You got a problem with your segment, boy?
No, I just want more cookies.
Oh my. No.
Badass.
Exactly. All right. Toys That Kill announced fall tour. Toys That Kill.
Who?
Here comes the part that the band's like, what is Dave talking about? It's okay, guys. We're like that, too.
Toys That Kill.
Yeah. They announced a fall tour with Teenage Bottle Rocket and Nightbirds.
So
they're coming to Chicago
Toys
twice.
That Kill with Teenage Bottle Rockets. That goes hand in hand. It's weird.
They're coming to the Subterranean October 12th, and they're coming to the Beat Kitchen November 10th. So that's going to be pretty awesome to see if you're into them, which I am.
Well, there you have it. If anyone
Dave's
wants to go with
into
Dave.
them.
Haha. Anyway, Bad Religion announced they're finishing the new album, which is awesome.
Yes.
Not much more
Sorry.
details. It's just the guitarist said they're finishing
Greg?
it up. Yeah.
I love Greg.
Brett, my bad.
Brett,
Yeah.
Boom.
big difference.
Well, I read his name wrong, so I'm sorry.
How do you read Brett and Greg?
Because they were listening off the
So they're
members who were in
releasing a
it.
new CD, and that's about all they said.
Bad Religion
they-
is sick live.
They
They really do put
kept
on
it
a
under
great
wraps.
show.
You mean
Bad,
they're keeping it under wraps?
whatever.
It's not out
Kept
yet.
it, keep, whatever.
I'm glad you make up your own phrases because I do that all the time. I've been saying it.
Dave,
Play
good
it-
English.
I've been
Exactly.
saying play it by year
Play it by year.
for
Over a
or-
year.
No, I've been saying play it by ear. Year. What have I been saying?
Stuff.
Play it by year.
I've been saying play it by year. Yeah,
What a dumbass.
it's okay.
Anyway,
I'm stupid. College graduated.
Bad Brains also to release a new album. It's entitled Into the Future. and they're live streaming the title track right now, so that's pretty cool.
Who?
Bad Brains.
All right. I actually didn't hear it. I zoned out for a second.
Jesus. All right. The Devil Wears Prada released a new music video for the song.
Finally,
Mammoth.
something you talk about I care about. I'm kidding.
And we watched a little bit of it, and it's a baby in a coffin being dragged across the field, and I don't know what's going on.
Well,
Just look for it.
Just look for it.
I
It's
can't.
called Mammoth. I'm going to watch it when I get home.
I could watch it right now, but I want to be interested in the show.
thanks, Dave.
Fear re-released the album The Fear Record, which is actually really awesome.
Who?
The band Fear,
Who's Fear?
hardcore punk band from the 80s.
I didn't know hardcore. Okay.
Anyway, I know this is one thing Morgan wants to get to me to get to is Under Oath breaking up.
Does it say why?
It said it feels like it's time for us to close this chapter. That's pretty much about it.
So no side projects or anything that they've announced?
They might, but not that they have announced. But they are going to release a anthology, or it's good. Final album called Anthology, 1999 through 2012. Although on the bottom it says 2013, so I don't know what they're freaking doing. Someone screwed up. And it's a 17-track CD that they're going to release. So that looks pretty good.
Are you going to go pick it up, Dave?
And maybe to break
Does it look pretty good? It looks pretty good.
I don't know. I'm going to go pick it up and then throw it out. I don't know. I don't listen.
Don't even. Don't. It's not worth your money.
I wasn't going to pay for it.
Well, I just remember something else I wanted you to announce.
Go ahead.
But I'll announce it. My brother told me that Killswitch Engage is coming in town with Shadows Fall, and they are doing the entire CD of... Damn it, why am I forgetting this right now?
No.
Oh, no. As Daylight Dies is...
I don't know.
No, it's... Oh, God damn it.
Whatever that one CD is with that dude.
Oh, I remember. Killswitch Engage, they're doing Alive and Just Breathing in its entirety, which is the second album they released with Jesse. And because Jesse's back in the band, they're doing the whole album. So I want to say it's December 10th, and it's going to be at Bottom Lounge. Boom, I said it.
Wow, impressive.
Super cool.
Woo!
Anyway, that ends my segment. Back to you guys.
Question mark?
Exactly.
Let's play 2 more songs from you guys. You have 6 that we're going to hear tonight. So
You have
here's
it off of
2 more.
random, so you now can pick the songs you want to actually play.
These
Yeah, we
are
corrected that.
songs that you guys aren't going to be like, I didn't want to hear that.
Fuck,
right?
I didn't want people to hear this song.
I'll say that anyway.
And Don Cherry might be sneaking in there. Right?
No.
Damn it.
We don't have that one recorded
Rules are
yet.
rules.
Rules are rules.
You'll sing it to me a cappella later, right?
No.
Damn it.
No.
Well, what are we going to hear?
This was off Breach. This is called Without Sin.
Killing your sons and your daughters. stone that he lost in. Down here with me, yeah, that he without sin. Cast that first stone, yeah, that he without sin. Down here with me. Walk the streets of unforgiving. Send up favored hand. Words and tongues now are so misleading. So just try to understand. Why'd you have to come down? Try to steal my broken crown now. Why'd you try to? Why'd you try? Try to bring me down. Twigs are past and lost we must be. Put the thoughts into my mind. Take a breath now and hold it deeply. Fade to black and close my eyes. Why'd you have to come down? Try to steal my broken crown now. Why'd you try to? Why'd you try? Try to bring me down. Until truth still strikes me deeply. Forces me to breathe my sigh. Face it back now and smile sweetly. Watch the downfall of mankind. Why'd you have to come down? Try to steal my broken crown now. Why'd you try to? Why'd you try? Try to bring me down. Why'd you have to come down? Try to steal my broken crown now. Why'd you try to? Why'd you try? Try to bring me down.
You're listening to the Metal Experience. Only on Slam Internet Radio.
And we are back with Leviathins Choir. We just heard two more of their songs. And what were those called again?
Without Sin and Blue.
And those were older songs off the EP or the second CD?
One of each. Actually, Without Sin was off Breach, our first CD, and then the EP Reasons and Rubbish featured Blue. That was actually the first song off of R&R.
And what were those songs actually about?
Whatever you'd like them to be. We make a real point on not to tell people what the songs are about, because we think everybody should make their own interpretation of the music. You get pigeonholed if you start telling people really what the songs are about. I've noticed growing up and listening to music, music hits you differently and hits every person differently. And so that's what we always try to do.
I gotcha. That makes sense. So as a band, you guys being back together now, and obviously recording is your next step. What else do you guys have planned for the upcoming months? Shows? Anything?
More shows, as many as we can get. I mean, we're a live band, really. I mean, the studio is something we do when we have to, but you know,
But the fun's in playing in front of people.
yeah, really. I mean, we're a live band, and that's what we'll continue to do until we realize that we shouldn't be doing it anymore. Maybe that time has come, but no one's told us yet. So.
Right. No one lets us know anything. So. Well, we do have a show coming up at Hattrick's on the 12th of
Yes,
October.
Kenosha,
That's-
Wisconsin. If you want a road trip,
Kenosha.
those are actually some of our biggest shows. Usually, is Hattrick's. We were there last spring, and it was a great night, and we're hoping that it'll be a good one too. Was hoping to have some more Chicago stuff to confirmed or done for tonight, but we'll obviously drop you a line when that does happen.
And we'll announce it for you, just for people to keep up with you all. The CDs that you guys have been playing for us tonight, is there a way people can get them from you?
They are available for download on a website known as WhoTune, WHOTUNE.
Hoo tune.
Yeah.
Like an owl hoo.
Yes.
Hoo.
You have issues.
I know. I'm sorry. It's been a long day. I've never even heard of it. What is that site just download or is it?
It's basically like a hosting site for music for CDs. It's basically a place to host your music for people to download it for free. So, I mean, we do have, I know we do have LeviathansChoir.com, so you can check that out. And I believe we have some stuff on there just for listening, and I think there is a link on there. But I know we do have some music up there for you to sample. I actually have some videos. Actually, a really funny one of yeah. If anyone's played the Red Line Tap, they and had the Ike Turner, you'll know what we're talking about. But you can see that video, which is quite humorous.
Just go to the Red Light Tap and get an Ike Turner.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Highly suggested. It's one of the best shots in the world.
Wake you up.
What's in it?
It's a shot of Hennessy and a slap in the face. Hence Ike Turner.
Yeah.
Nice.
Is that only available at that one bar? Can I order that anywhere?
You can get a slap in the face anywhere.
No, not what I meant.
But here's
Come
this
on.
is where you pay for it. I mean,
Right.
But the
yeah.
bartenders at the Red Line Tap, at least the one we had, is well versed in setting up the slap. And
swearing at you and
Did you write a song about him yet?
not
No.
yet.
Oh, yeah, that's in the works, though.
Yes. Next time you come back, you'll play that one for me, right?
It depends on about the lockout.
Damn it. Fuck this lockout. I quit. What do you guys see yourself doing in a year with the band? Do you see yourself playing with bigger acts, touring, or just staying more local?
We're old, so the idea of touring is probably out of the picture. But yeah, I mean, we'll play with anybody, and we've gotten to play with some bigger acts over the years.
Like, please do.
Well,
This is a part where you brag to people.
brag to people. Bigger acts in the sense that we've played with some bands that have gone on or
You open for Metallica. Come
no,
on.
no. We've been lucky to work with actually a band that is no longer in existence, but there was a group called Alston, which featured members of Primer 55, guys who went on to fill some roles with Fuel, Flog, groups like that, and we actually became very good friends with them for the period of a few months. I should say a period of a few years. We've gotten to play some great venues. Matt and I were fortunate enough to take part in 2007 in a music festival at Alpine Valley in Wisconsin. So we got to kind of live out the dream of playing on that stage, which was really something amazing. And we got to use the premier, I shouldn't really say this, but there's a premier star-studded bathroom behind stage in Alpine Valley. And
The secret's out, guys.
yeah,
It exists.
when you imagine the lines of Coke and the other dirty things that have been done in that bathroom, you realize you have hit royalty.
They did lines of Coke and a gold.
No, we
bathroom.
didn't do
Oh.
lines of coke. No. We were just imagining all the people that have done lines of coke in that on that toilet seat. So it was quite honored to pee with that seat up.
We'll talk off air about what you really did in that bathroom, but I'm at a loss, Luco, because you're not talking tonight. Come on,
I had something and then you made me forget it.
you suck.
You can't put me on the spot. I just got to flow.
Can. Come on. Yeah, I hate you,
I got nothing.
Dave. Make
Oh.
the announcement about next week, and we're gonna have a phone line for next week.
Yeah,
Unfortunately,
we have a phone
I didn't
line
know
next
about
week.
this, guys.
Unfortunately,
I'm sorry, I didn't know about it for now. So explain how it's gonna work for next week.
Well, you're gonna have to give up one of your mics, so someone's gonna have to be sitting on someone's lap.
nice. I like that.
Someone's going to have to sit on someone's lap.
So
I assume that's how it's gonna work.
we're just going
That's
to
how
put a
play-
microphone up to a telephone.
No, we have a line that goes into
All right.
one of the
Well,
mic
let's
lines.
let's try it out for now. How about you give out the number, and we'll see if anybody calls, and this will be a test run. If you want to talk to Leviathins Choir, what's the number? And you
All
can
right.
cut my mic off if they happen, and we'll give Luco
Well, I
all
have to-
phone calls.
I'll say I have to switch it over, so you're gonna have to team up with anyone. I think.
I'm giving it all to Luco. Luco can talk to whoever's
I
on the
mean,
phone
you
with the
can.
band.
You can. You're gonna have to give up your mic.
That's what I'm saying. So give up my mic,
This
give
should
out
be
this number,
interesting.
and let's see if somebody calls this line.
All right. Well, you want to scoot over to someone else's mic for now?
I mean, how about you give out the number, and then we'll see what
All right.
happens.
The area code is 773
773
657.
657. This does not mean the band calls. You cannot call and talk. You're on the radio, Rob. Rob's putting it into his iPod? No? Okay, I'm seeing things.
He's
He's
calling
making
right
sure
now.
it's not on shuffle
I was going to
again.
say, Rob, come on. You can't just call the studio. And
That'd
anyway.
be weird.
I'm sorry. It
So
was
773
Yep. 657
657
3341.
3341. All right. So whoever's got that number, dial now and talk to the band. And if not, call next week. I don't know. See if this works. And then we'll see if this works.
So, what are you said you guys have been around for a long time. What are some awesomely terrible on stage incidents? You guys have to have probably a couple.
On stage, he's hit his face with the guitar a few times and busted himself wide open.
Rocking too hard?
No, taking the guitar off after a set
Yeah.
and just split my head wide open and start.
Hold on. We got a phone call coming in.
Oh,
way.
Do we really?
The light's flashing. Hold on. Let me.
That is
the lights
awesome.
flashing.
It works.
The lights flashing.
We're live.
Who the hell would we
Answer
call?
it, Dave.
Probably.
Yes. Hello. You're on.
Hello?
Hey. Hello. This is Douglas. I used to sing with the band.
Didn't you try and call a cell phone earlier? And they're like, we're on the show, and they hung up on you? That's what I got out of it. You found a way to get through.
Yeah, I accidentally called Matt's phone, and all I heard was, it's Doug, and then he hung up.
Sorry, Doug.
So how's it going, Doug? What are you
Oh,
doing?
it's going all right. I just thought I'd be the one to call in and say hi.
Shit. Thanks, Doug. I appreciate it.
Doug, I meant to ask, some of these songs that we have played off of the first EP that you recorded with, what did those songs mean to you when you wrote them?
She's going to get that out of someone.
I mean, I have to ask because these guys didn't write your lyrics, so.
Well, I'm going to do the blanket answer and say that they don't actually mean anything. They're just a whole bunch of words that...
Lies! Lies! All lies!
They're just a bunch of words put together. Is that what we got? Yeah, pretty much.
Doug, are you still there? It's okay to say yes. Don't be scared.
Doug.
I think we lost him, guys.
You are just like... I had you going through the speaker, but with all the delay, but that was the only way I could actually understand you. It was all just kind of like loudness in my ear.
Especially when you're screaming at him.
Okay, I'm sorry. I said lies, lies, all lies. Your songs really didn't mean anything to you? You didn't write them from an experience or heartbreak?
You know what? For the majority of them, I remember exactly where I was when I wrote them and exactly what I was feeling. But that is my secret to keep. So.
Well, what's the fun of that? I want to know these secrets.
A lot of them are actually about porn stars from when I was a teenager.
Doug, step out of the water.
Did you say porn stars?
Yes.
Oh, jeez. It's okay. We're online radio. We're racy.
God bless.
The band's very happy with your confession, by the way.
And Matt's dying of laughter over here.
All right. Well, there is a delay.
Well, I just wanted to call and say hey, and yeah, I enjoyed what I heard of the show.
Thanks, Doug.
Thanks, Doug.
Doug, you are the first caller. You will always hold that. The first caller.
You
Congratulations,
know, as soon as I heard
Doug.
I could call in, I grabbed my phone.
He's out in Oregon, too.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, thank you for calling, and
Long
whatever you
distance.
did with Leviathins Choir as a vocalist, your stuff sounded awesome.
Oh, I thank you very much.
Thanks, Doug.
God bless, I miss that guy, though.
He's in Oregon right now when he called in?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That is probably super long distance.
Yeah, he moved out
Like-
there.
Oregon, Illinois, or
No,
No,
Oregon.
the state.
Oh wow, that is long distance.
Yeah.
How long has it been since you guys have seen him?
Oh, he was in here not too long ago. He had some family stuff he had to take care of. But I see him maybe once every 2 years.
Oh
at
jeez,
least.
that's awesome. That we got a phone call. I'm sorry. Dave just randomly says, "Oh, by the way, we got a phone." I'm like, "What?" So many people have been asking to call in. So those people that have been waiting, you might as well just call now.
Oh, man. How much you want to bet Randy's going to call in? Randy.
Just happy
He'd
it
be
was Doug.
drunk.
I was so happy it was Doug.
You didn't know he was calling?
No, not at all.
Not at all.
He called you earlier and just like, I'm on the air right now. And
But
hung up.
sometimes he might forget.
So
Or
you
just not
guys
care.
all not, I don't know, I'm making assumptions, but one of you guys is married. What about the rest of you? You guys have families that listen to your music and kids that think dad's a rock star?
That would be Rob.
That's just right.
Does your mic work now, Morgan? No.
Yeah, I actually brought, I have 2 kids, son and daughter, and I brought my daughter to our band practice one day because other things were going on. And afterwards, she was telling my wife all about it, saying, "You know, someday Daddy's going to be in a real band, but right now he's just practicing."
Just practicing.
Yeah.
It's the truth from kids, though.
Yeah. They tell it
It's
like
the
it
truth
is.
from kids.
So I was firmly put in my place by a 5-year-old. So.
Oh, she's 5. Oh.
You almost ate the wall on that.
I did. It's hard not having a mic. I gave up my mic for the phone line, and now I'm going to fall out of my chair. I'm sorry, Rob. I'm going to fuck with this for a second. Okay.
You got it there?
Yeah, we're good. You guys actually have 2 more songs left to play, and then actually we're ending the show with something different later tonight, but you guys are actually going to do an acoustic song later for those that are going to stick with the whole show or are going to listen to it in archives later. There's an acoustic song coming up. What are the next 2 songs that we're going to hear?
Well, let's figure that out. These are actually going to be off Reasons and Rubbish. The first one I think we're going to do is called Stale.
And then which one? Song 4?
Song number 4.
Oh, a number song.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Number song.
The number songs are always fun to listen to
Yeah.
because all those were written in horribly inebriated states.
Yeah.
Lyrics and
Rhythms and
And that's
Guitar lines.
probably why you don't know what the songs are about, right?
no, those songs we kind of know what they're about.
Oh.
The inebriated songs we know what they're
Those
about.
ones you know what they're about. The other ones you do not.
yeah.
That makes sense. Take it away.
Air is good and got his way. Johnny got his gun today. Johnny got his gun today. Johnny got his gun today. Johnny got his gun today.
You're listening to the Metal Experience. Only on Slam Internet Radio.
Hey, thanks, Rob. You just added in that awesome drum roll into our sweeper. That worked very well. We just heard 2 more songs from Leviathins Choir. Was one of that a cover? One of some sounded very familiar. No?
No.
Wow. That was just me then. I swear I've heard that song before. Maybe I stumbled upon it on the internet a long time ago. Who knows? You guys have had airtime having your tracks played on radio stations before, haven't you?
We've had a few, yeah. We had actually Ada Luda, that one of the first songs we played tonight was played once or twice out of, it's a now defunct, but Laser 103 out of Milwaukee. We've had Stale, one of the first song of the last 2 you heard was played on an internet radio station out of Texas, and some of the stuff actually off Breach actually got some play out in Brazil, and we've had some play in some college radio stations over the years.
Nice. How did you get your songs out to Brazil?
I don't know, but all I know is that Brazil was playing it, and we were hearing that it was being played from Brazil. We actually signed in 2004. We signed a distribution deal, which got us some worldwide press. So I mean, we had some write-ups, and we had some write-ups in Power Play, which was like kind of like a hard rock magazine out of the UK. So actually Breach was reviewed in that, as well as a few other places. So there were some copies that were floated around. We actually took part in a promotion called Operation Disc Drop in 2005, where we actually had a crate of our CDs sent out to Iraq for troops to listen to, because they have no music out there. So,
That's cool.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
yeah, and we were actually getting letters back from soldiers saying, hey, this is great, we have some heavy rock to listen to out here before we go out shooting people.
Wow. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Hey, we got some texts from people saying that I gave out the number too fast. Sorry, I got overexcited, but it was,
It's posted on the Facebook
It's posted
page
on
now.
Facebook for people that want to read it. If they can't understand the way I talk, it's okay. I'm sorry. I speak fast, and I speak...
Should I do it?
No,
Leave.
you should not do it. You should shut up. I'm kidding, Dave.
Okay.
I love you. 773. Just repeat after me, I guess. Whatever. We'll do it in 773.
773.
773.
773.
So, just 773, folks. It's not 6 times
657.
773. Just get that right. Okay, so it's 773 657.
657.
Okay, 3341.
Yep.
3341.
All right, so 773 657 3341. There you go. That's the number to call.
And you can call in anytime, not just on our show.
Anytime, any show.
So if you're
worldwide.
listening to Joliet Buccaneers football on Saturday between 7 and 9:45.
Hold on,
Chai
hold on,
Bangers
hold on.
Radio.
We got another call.
What?
Hello?
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 Who is this?
Hi,
Hi. Hello.
this is Jake. We're Rob's cousins.
Oh my lord.
Rob, you wanna take this?
I'm not
Hey,
sure.
Rob.
Hey,
Rob,
Jake.
they're calling for you.
Yeah, Jake?
Hey, we're all listening. There's like a good 12 of us here,
Sounds like a party over there.
All right, so we got one in Doug.
and we're recording it.
Oh, they're recording it. Oh, shit.
Are you saving food for us to all come out later?
Sorry, what?
Are you saving all the food that you guys cooked and all the party favors that you guys had for us to come over later after the show?
No, we're eating it all.
You know what's funny is I can hear the delay in the background because I can hear my echo, and that's very eerie.
Yeah, because otherwise I can't understand you.
Well, that's weird because I can totally understand you.
I like how he said that.
That's funny because it's really fuzzy. It might be my mom's phone though.
I've always wanted to say this. Turn your radio down.
Oh,
turn the radio down? Hey, turn it down. We have it on really loud because Rob is so quiet and you can't understand him. But we just want to call and say that we're listening, and it sounds great.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thanks, Jake.
Thanks. Bye.
Oh, that was awesome.
Turn
the radio down, Ma!
To be completely honest, that's what I expected for the first call. As soon as you gave out the number, I had a feeling that was going to happen.
So if we get a third one, we have no clue where the hell it's coming from.
So, third caller, who's it gonna be? 773-657-3341. Oh, boom! It's memorized already.
Wow.
I'm pretty awesome at that.
Memorization.
Not really. I'm lying. What do you guys have available that people can buy merch-wise? Anything?
No.
Anything in the future coming? Any ideas?
They can buy us a beer at a show if they want. I mean, really, we don't. We're always good with that. Yeah, we don't really carry a lot of merch. We've done it in the past, and realized it's just unnecessary expenses for us at the time. But
We ended up giving it away anyway.
yeah. I mean, I think the last 100 copies of our CD, we out of the 1,000 or whatever we made, we wound up just kind of giving away once we broke even on it because
It's music.
yeah.
Music should be given away. Just like the old times, it should be free. That's how it used to be done. You get paid from doing shows and being live. You don't get paid for putting out CDs very much. And merchandise is fun and cute, but I like to give my stuff away. I just want the music to be heard.
So then for your next album, are you going to keep it mostly downloadable and burned CDs, or were you actually thinking of making a limited amount of copies that you'll actually sell?
I'd like to do a limited amount just because I really like I like items. I like inserts. I like CD covers and
Stickers.
pictures and things like that. Stickers would be fun.
Especially if they're shiny. He likes shiny.
Yeah, I like
Shiny.
shiny things, man.
Shiny, happy things.
That's right.
Shiny Happy Things is metal. I mean, they went in a gold bathroom.
That's right.
And I'm very jealous. And I'm going to track it down.
Wait, it was gold?
Well, yeah, of course it was gold.
Yes.
It was a bathroom fit for a king.
24-karat toilet.
It was.
Nice.
Was it really? Oh my god, I hate you guys.
Yes, it was, Morgan.
Come on. I mean, seriously, you know how awesome that would be? Shitting on gold?
Very awesome.
Yeah,
Is that what
exactly.
the response you're waiting for?
Yeah. So, there you go. Is there any place in Chicago that you haven't played yet that you're looking to play in the next year?
Or the next ever?
Anywhere that will have us. We've played a lot of fun places over the years. I mean, for a while we had a really good thing going with Sylvie's Lounge, and for many years we were there on a regular basis. We really like the relationship we have now with MP Productions, with Eddie over there getting us into Stage Bar and Ultra Lounge this weekend. So we hope that's that partnership can continue. We've played numerous places around here. The problem is usually once we get in really good with a venue, it's not just Chicago, but anywhere, it usually winds up closing after a significant amount of time. So that's the problem with live original music, unless you're prepared to demand $1,000 a night to do Living on a Prayer. You're kind of have to take what's offered to you. So
What's been one of the places that you have played that has unfortunately closed that you really liked performing at?
Vanux.
Vanux in Cudahy, Wisconsin, and just a little bit south of Milwaukee. That's where we learned basically how to be professional and how to run a show. Dave Vanuk was a great club owner. Always gave you a chance, but he made sure he made you respect the other bands, made you work.
You were working from 9 to 5.
Yeah.
You punched that clock in the PM, and it was just we learned so much from that guy.
And going what you guys know about recording wise before, what are you going to walk into the studio next time with your experience this time to make your album?
Practice beforehand, and I don't know. I like to keep it really laid back. I really liked working with Zach, and it was just it was a laid back seriousness which I just enjoy in the recording process.
Rob, what about from you? Is this the first time that you're actually going to be recording?
In a professional sense, yes. At band in college, we had a little 4-track and put together a tape, but
The old 4-track tape.
yeah, pretty much.
You should make a few of those copies for limited edition
That would
sales.
be sweet.
Just saying.
But yeah, this will be the first time I'll be, when we get to this, it'll be the first time I'll be recording, so it should be a good experience.
What are
Just
your
cutting you off.
expectations?
What are your hopes and dreams, expectations?
I'm hoping it sounds good. I'm hoping it sounds good and something that we can be proud to hand out and share with people. That's really the whole point of it. So
Why are you pointing at me?
Because you have a thing to do.
Now it's time for
Hey man, look what I found!
Only on the Metal Experience.
Well, I guess this is my thing to do now. This band is from Columbia, Maryland, which I was kind of confused when I read Columbia. I didn't know there was a Columbia in Maryland. I guess I don't know some things. Anyway, Behold the Uprising is the name of the band, and we have two ridiculously titled songs for you. Swagasaurus Rex is the first one.
Sweet.
And you can't spell the... Wait.
You can't spell therapist without the rapist.
There you go. Take it away, Dave.
Awesome.
listening to the Metal Experience. Only on Slam Internet Radio.
And we just heard Behold the Uprising from Columbia, Maryland with the songs Swagosaurus Rex and You Can't Spell Therapist without Morgan. Take it away. Your mic's not on. Loser. The Rapist.
The Rapist.
Check them
I
out.
thought we were still trying to get callers in. That's why I didn't plug your mic back in.
Oh, Dave. I'm going to kill you, Dave.
Oh, yeah. A sincere apology to the callers who tried to get in. I didn't want to interrupt their story, and we had no idea what signal to use, so that's my fault.
We figured out a signal. It's
Smoke
just
signals work.
smoke
Fine,
signals.
Dave.
Yeah.
And the fire department saw it, and they're coming.
Did I
Great.
leave the iron on?
So we're going to do things a little differently tonight, just because the band came to do an acoustic song tonight. So we are going to go out closing the night with an acoustic song. So right now, Dave.
It's time for the local roundup.
On cue, that means, hey, I'm doing my segment early. Woo! Because there's a lot of things going on today. That way we can move the band a little bit, listen to one more song, and then
Move
get
them
them
a little bit?
Move them out to get their stuff and come back in to do an acoustic song for us. It'll be awesome.
Hey-oo.
Woo! All right, so a lot of stuff going on just because it's October, and, those Halloween shows are coming up, and spooky costumes and kids running around for candy. So here's what's going on announcement-wise. Another Hole in the Wall is looking for bands to play these following shows. If you are interested, you can email Darlene at exonlive.com. So it's DARLENE at exon, XEON, live.com. Needing bands for October 28th with Knuckle Up. It's a hardcore band. There are no pre-sales for it. November 2nd with A Wanted Awakening. They're a progressive melodic deathcore band. November 3rd with Forevermore. They're a metalcore band. November 8th with Blame Shift and Dive. They are rock and hard rock. November 11th with Bubba Flex, which is a rock band. And then November 14th with Dory Drive, which is a rock band.
Bubba Flex?
Yeah. Why are you laughing? You're just not going to share with the world why you're laughing? Okay. Mojo's is looking for bands to play. You can hit up mojosjoliet@gmail.com or Facebook Mojo's Chris if your band is interested in playing any of these shows. November 7th with Trapped. November 9th with Straight Line Stitch. November 23rd, which is Black Friday, and Dope is playing. And then December 12th with A Skylit Drive. Acidic Assault is looking to play a show Friday, October 19th. They're looking for anybody that has a free spot or looking to put a show together, so hit them up on Facebook. Miles from Exile is actually looking for a new place to practice. So if you know anything reasonable or cheaper than what they got going on now, hit them up on Facebook. Let them know what you can find for them. Lords of the Drunken Pirate Crew are seeking a new first mate. They are looking for a keyboardist.
What? Oh,
That's
man.
right.
Dave.
Dave, can you play keyboards?
How equipped do you have to be to be in the band?
How what?
How well do you know how to play? Do you have to know how to play keyboards?
Well, how well
Do
do
you
you know how
not
to
know
play
how to play-
keyboards?
Very little. I know 3 or 4 chords. Isn't that enough?
That's probably enough.
Chords? You don't play chords on a keyboard. You play notes. So apparently you don't know how to play keyboard.
I know slightly how to play piano. That's about it.
Well, again, you don't play chords.
How do you know?
You play notes. Because I took piano when I was in
Well, why
middle
don't you
school.
join them?
Oh,
Because I
boom.
can't play. There's a
Can't-
huge
she
difference.
can't
I
play
know when
the-
I can't play.
She can't play the chords that they need played.
Okay, so anyway, Armored Assault looking for a new guitarist. After the Spires looking for a drummer. Polly Patek is looking for a drummer. Strongman looking for a drummer. The City of White looking for a drummer.
Jeez.
Drummers, where are you? Apparently, there aren't enough. In Hazard looking for a vocalist and guitarist. Unsanctioned is looking for a drummer. And of course, Luco and I are still looking for a drummer for a tune for 1103 and another guitarist. The first annual Chicago Thrash and Death Fest tickets are on sale now. It's going to be October 20th at Bada Brew. It's all ages. It starts at 2:30 p.m. We are sponsoring. It's $10 in advance, $15 at the door. There's going to be Halloween costume contests, raffles,
When is
everything.
this?
It's October 20th. I'm making the announcement now because pre-sales aren't. We're sponsoring. Viscutorium's playing, They Die Screaming, Rain Inferno, Mass Mutilations. There's like 20 bands
Mass
playing.
mutilation.
Yeah, there's 20 bands playing. It's going to be awesome. There's shirts being made. We're going to be on our second shirt.
Sweet.
Yeah, so on the show for that week, October 16th, Tony from En Masse, who helped put it together, is actually coming on to talk more about it, to play some of the music that's going to be out there. So all-day Halloween event, October 20th. Mark your calendars. Come out. It's going to be awesome. Going to be scary. Going to be thrashy. And
I'll be drunk.
you'll probably be drunk. Claus Rock and Metal Fest is back. And the first metal rock night is going to be happening in October. And it's going to be the 19th, 9 p.m. with Mara, I Wish I, and Damnation. It's going to be $5 this time. Doors open at 8:30. These are some of the biggest shows that Luco and I have gone to local show-wise. Like, not kidding, probably 150, 200 people show up. It's crazy.
More than that.
Probably more than that. It's insane.
Probably more.
Like, this restaurant in Cicero, I don't know how they draw this many people. It's awesome. They're doing 3 bands now. It's going to happen twice a month, one metal night, one rock night. So check out Waterlife Music for more details online. It's awesome. Sean,
It's awesome.
It is. It really is awesome. And we're special guests for 2 of the 3 metal nights. Sean, the old drummer from Bloodstream Parade, is looking to help bands record. He's looking for bands that are willing to work with him in his home studio because he's learning still kind of how to record. It's a flat rate, $100 per song. He'd work with you until you're happy. And, of course, you know, if you want his drumming on it, he'd be willing to do that, too, for a small fee. Any questions or anything, you can ask him on Facebook. Check out Bloodstream Parade to see what he sounds like. And he's looking for clientele. So bands, check him out because he knows his shit. Skullfogger, which is a punk rock band from Chicago,
Skullfogger
is looking for bands to help them by donating money for their first record. They're looking to make a CD. They have a Kickstarter up with a deal that if a band donates money, the band will include your sticker or anything that you have with their CD release for their fans. So help them out. The link is on their Facebook. The title is Skullfogger, No Sync is Safe. That's the CD title. Okay, so here are the shows going on in the next week. Running out of breath already. Luco, give me that water.
Nope.
Damn it. Wednesday, October 3rd at Mojo's, all ages, $10 in advance, off local support, and it's 12 at the door. It starts at 5:30. It's going to be Damnation, Stab, Twist, Pull, A Tyrant is Born, Middle Class Militia, and they're opening for I Declare War. Thursday, October 4th at Mojo's, 7:30 p.m. It's all ages. You can buy tickets off a Viscutorium for $25. It's $30 at the door. They're opening for Grave, Dark Funeral, and Morbid Angel. And if you go, you can see my brother get executed on stage.
Sweet.
It's gonna be. I won't be there, but if you get video footage, I'm not helping. Apparently, it's gonna be gory. It's gonna be weird. Anyways, apparently my brother's getting executed. Thursday at Sylvie's Lounge. It's 21 and up, $5, 9 p.m. It's Violent Faith and Stone Cold Outlaw. Friday, October 5th at the Brower House. We're helping sponsor this. It's 21 and up, 9 p.m. It's $5. It's Dead Man's Hand, Broken, A Fall to Break, and Orion 9.
Nice.
Great band, Dead Man's Hand. We played with them back in June.
We met them at the beginning of the month.
Those guys
They
are
were
awesome.
awesome. They love to take pictures.
Yes, they do.
Those guys are the
We
shit.
learned that after we stood there, and they're like, "Oh, another one," and we're like, "Okay."
Like
hey.
84 pictures later,
Yeah.
we're like, sweet.
We
these
felt
guys
like
are awesome.
celebrities. It was like paparazzi. It was an awesome feeling.
People like us.
Friday at Cobra Lounge, also 9 p.m., 21 and up, $5. It's going to be Earthen, Pale Horseman, and Damnation. Saturday, October 6th at Happenings, which is in Palatine. It's $5, all ages, 7 p.m. Rise of the Fallen, Legions of Ram, Dark Shepherd, Code Veronica, and Dead Man's Hand. Also at Bada Brew on Saturday, we're sponsoring this as well. 21 and up, $5, starts at 9 p.m. And my brother will be coming out with us for a change, so he will be writing a review of the show. I'm holding it to him. He promised. So we will be there, and so is going to be the Chicago Metal Alliance. It's Product of Hate from Wisconsin. It's going to be Crash Course, Impale, and Bleed for the Fallen is having their CD release show that night. Nice. At Livewire Lounge on Saturday, it's 21 and up, 10 p.m., $8. It's the Monster Metal Madness Badass Bitches and Boobs. So it's
Extravaganza would have been
Arkham
perfect
Noise
after
Productions of Festival of Flesh and Hot and Heavy Burlesque, which they are teaming up to do a show of DJ music and burlesque show. So it's going to be half naked women and classic 80s music playing at the same time. They also ask that you come dressed as your favorite 80s band member or band to win cool prizes. So if you're into seeing boobs and
Or
are
if you
into
just
classic 80s music,
Or if you just look like you're still
or
in the
you
80s.
just look like it, and
Go
are
there.
extremely seductive performances from sexy women and men.
Ooh.
It says men, so
And
I don't know what to
I'm
expect.
out. I'm out. Dave's in. Dave's in. I'm out.
Go to
We got a
Library
phone
Lounge.
call, Dave?
No, I would.
That was the sign for a phone call, the middle finger.
No, this is the sign now.
He made a sign saying phone call. I can't read that where I am, Dave. You realize my
I
back
got
is
it.
turned to
Luco can see me.
I got it.
That's all that matters.
you. Okay, anyway,
all that
Saturday
matters.
at Penny Road Pub, $8, 21 and up. They never got back to me as to who else was playing, so I think they just wanted their name to be read. So I will do it for them. They go on at 10:30. You can see the Darksiders.
That's it.
That's it. Apparently,
10:30.
they didn't want to give out who else is playing. It might be a surprise. They might just only want to play for the world.
Or it might be just
Hey, but
the
great,
Darksiders
great
at
job, guys.
10:30.
So here's a big show. Sunday, October 7th at Pepe's Mexican Restaurant
What?
in Valparaiso, Indiana, which I really wish we could go to this. It's $23 in advance, tickets off local support, $25 at the door, all ages, starts at 11 p.m., so the party starts early, so get your drinking ready. Here it goes. Here's all these local bands. And
Mind you, at a Pepe's Mexican restaurant.
Pepe's Mexican Record.
This is
Like, yeah.
awesome.
You can eat burritos and drink beer at 11 a.m. It's going to be Corruptor.
I thought you said it started at 11 p.m.
11 a.m. I'm sorry. 11 a.m. people. 11 a.m. It says a.m. on my sheet. I said p.m. Okay. So it's going to be Corruptor, All My Sins Remembered, Her Eyes Glazed Over, Framed in Gold, Hyperion, Red Death, Domination, The Breath of Cheyenne, Savor the Glimpse, Strength in Numbers, Spirit and Revolt, in William Cutting. Oh, I'm William Cutting. Without Reasons, Faces of the Bog, Nevertheless Vain, Send the Dawn, and Threat Level, and they're opening for Shogun, Nine Electric, Il Nino, Emir, and Static X.
Wait, they're playing at a Pepe's?
They're playing at a Pepe's Mexican restaurant, and I'm not going. Do you know how upset I am?
Wow, Static X really needs some publicity then, don't
Static X is fucking awesome live, okay?
Static X
Shut up.
and Il Nino and Amur are playing at
yeah,
a Pepe's.
at Pepe's
restaurant.
Mexican restaurant.
Who
Okay,
does their booking?
I don't know. Also,
Hey, guys, want to play at my Pepe's?
Jesus,
I'm the
Luke.
manager. awesome.
Sunday at Mojo's starts
Wait,
at 5:30
hold on.
p.m. Whoa,
Can we
Jesus.
possibly sponsor that show?
It's already booked. No.
I don't care.
No. You've got football on Sunday. Getting you to do anything on a
I
Sunday
would go
is
see
ridiculous.
a show at Pepe's in Indiana.
Sunday at Mojo's. It starts at 5:30 p.m. It's all ages. It's tickets off local support, which is My Deepest Dream, and Tides Will Turn. They are opening for Crown the Empire, Thy Brethren, I the Breather, Norma Jean, The Word Alive, and Born of Osiris. Wish I was going to that too. Monday, October 8th at Ultra Lounge, 21 and up, 8 p.m. It's going to be between $6 and $8. So why not put it at 7? Scars of Armageddon, Something Beautiful, Centipede, and The Obelisk. And Tuesday, October 9th, in case you don't want to see our show next week,
You mean listen?
in case you don't want to listen to our show next week,
And you want to go to Pepe's Mexican restaurant?
no, that's Sunday. You can go Tuesday to the Chester Street Bar in Champaign, Illinois for a 19 and up show.
19?
Who comes up with 19 and up? It's like, I've never seen such a thing. 17 and up, weird. 19 and up, weirder. $6, 9 p.m. It's going to be Leper, Dark Valentine, and Cyclone Jack. So,
I really want to
There
know
you
more
have
about
it.
this Pepe's show.
well, I don't have any more information than what I read. So if you want to go to Pepe's, you go to Pepe's. So we're going to take a short break and listen to one more song from Leviathins Choir that they actually recorded. And once they come back on, you are going to hear an acoustic song from them. So
What acoustic song will we be hearing? You guys don't know
Don
yet,
Cherry?
do you?
yeah, Don Cherry, come on. I earned it, right?
We're gonna have a little caucus here in the meantime, and then
All right. We'll check out this song.
You're listening to the Metal Experience. Only on Slam Internet Radio.
And here it is, the acoustic song from Leviathins Choir. It's been a great show. Good night.
Thank you, guys.